really trying to take some time to really just like be with them and not get busy. I think a lot of times as I'm reading through this, seeing that I'm seeing that I have a tendency to distract myself with busyness or with anything to not allow love in.
Flipping through the pages of my old journals, with every turn another memory, and dusty words bring pictures to my mind. I see the marks of the passage of time.
Hello, welcome to the 17th episode of Journaling Through the Years. Today I am having a cup of coffee. It's in this mug. I am only talking to my cat today, which is kind of a lie because I'm talking on here, and I've got some dog walks. I had one this morning and one in a couple of hours, actually an hour and a half I have to leave for that. And then I have a friend coming over to do some recording for one of my other videos that I've been slogging through trying to get done. And it's kind of a nice rainy day, which I love. I love this shirt. I just got it at Goodwill last week, and it's kind of cute. It's a kind of a crop top, but I'm wearing a camisole underneath it. Let's see what else. Yes, my hair is different. Yes, it is. I had a really bad tension headache slash PMS last Tuesday specifically, and I couldn't really do anything. I slept most of the day. And then I was sitting there Tuesday night, still in a lot of pain. Decided, I need to trim my hair. And I did. So I don't recommend it, but it didn't turn out bad, kind of edgy. So yeah, it's a busy day. It's a busy gig workers week. This week I'm running all over the place. Just one thing to the next. I have dog walking today, video editing, and had some errands after my dog walk that I had to get done. Have a friend coming over, a little more video work after he leaves. Then doing a voiceover gig for my friend for his book tomorrow. Therapy, gonna hang out with my nesting partner, have a little date night with him. It's important after I am learning to be intentional in my relationships, be in intentional relationships, really not just kind of coast along with how things are. It's very new to me. I am learning to combat my codependency and my tendency towards relationship addictions by really investing in my relationships, specifically with my friends, but also with my partners, really trying to take some time to really just like be with them and not get busy. I think a lot of times as I'm reading through this, I'm seeing that I have a tendency to distract myself with busyness or with anything to not allow love in. And I mean, truly allow it in and allow relationship. And then also, I've always said that I have multiple best friends, and to some extent that's true. I have a lot of very close friends, and I hold, from different times of your life, you have different, quote, best friends, but I never lose sight of that. There are certain friends that I am still considered best friends because I still consider myself very, 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 very close with them, even though they're far away and we haven't seen them, because it's instantaneous. So I do have a lot of best friends in that way, but there are some friends that I've realized are not really best friends, even though we were close in a certain season and they're special. But it turns out as life goes on that there isn't a lot, that maybe the feeling wasn't reciprocated, or it wasn't like fully loved in one way, and I just was deluding myself. And I think a part of myself was not honoring the relationships that were closest to me because it was easier to just spread it out all around and kind of keep people at bay in that way. So I have been trying to be intentional about my partners and and I was just looking at this little thing I've never noticed. It said brightness. I've never noticed that little button. Anyways, trying to be intentional about my time with my partners and trying to take some time off when to just spend time with them. So Saturday is like one partner, because that my work week is like, basically I've set it up that it's Monday through Friday, and I've been trying to like not do anything Saturday, Sunday. Maybe I just stay home because I'm such a homebody and do homework. And then a lot or homework, which meaning like I clean the house or do stuff around the house. And then I was like, no, I'm just gonna go hang out with this partner and actually just do something with him. And we ended up watching Solar Opposites because he hasn't seen it yet. And then my other partner, his work schedule, his days off are Tuesday and Wednesday. And I was like, that's gonna be hard, because that, you know, as a gig worker, I could work whenever in a sense, but I need to be very structured so I get stuff done. And I noticed, and so I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to take just a few hours, if not, you know, the evening, and just hang out with him, play games or whatever. But I just got an overnight house sit tomorrow night, but so we'll have to figure out how to make that work. Okay. Anyways, let's get started. We are, put that right there. You don't want to see the desk in front of me. It's quite a mess, so it's good you can't see. We're still in this one. Got a few to read. I thought this one was interesting because it's talking a little bit about what I was talking about last week, and that I always lived outside of myself. I always was, you know, living in this world beyond myself. You know, I wasn't living in here. I wasn't caring for in here because I was distracting myself with these stories of how my life really is and who is around me and everything that's going on. It was never real. And to some extent, I still do that, and it's okay because I kind of know when I'm doing it, and it's fun, and it actually kind of inspires me to continue to persevere after my goals and my dreams. So anyways, sometimes I think I am not all here, that I have not really been a part of this life. I feel like the observer of my own life, yet here I am, wrapped up in the middle. Tears of heartbreak, tears of frustration. And I think that speaks to that sense of like wanting to like step back and observe my life, or make up, not even observe my life for what it is, but sense of like create this world that isn't my life. Because ultimately, if I really faced who I was and everything that was going on, tears of heartbreak, tears of frustration. And you can't really control another person in the sense of like, this is what's going on and this is my life. You can't live in that place. So the next one is kind of funny. It looks like I was on YouTube. I was on the yearbook throughout high school, and it looks like I was writing down some ideas for our yearbook theme. So I have Days of Our Lives, Out on a Whim, and I'll let you know which actually we chose if I can come to it. I don't know if any of these were there. I can't remember. My yearbooks I have them. They're in my closet and I haven't looked in a while. Okay, Days of Our Lives, Out on a Whim, or just On a Whim, but it's spelled W-I-M. But the other one was spelled right. Young and the Restless, Bronco Bites. Okay, so my high school mascot was Bronco, but we spelled it B-R-O-N-C-H-O because that was how they spell it in Mexico. Not Bronco. We used to say we're like Broncho, but it's Bronco. This Bites, but the Bites, I have to tell you, is B-Y-T-E-S because, you know, the computer was new then and everybody was talking about bytes and all that. One Life to Live, A Year in Our Life, Back to the Future, I don't know, Reality Bites, so you can see the 90s, 80s kind of coming through, Student Friendly, A Change of Pace, Ahead of All the Rest. That sounds very like, it doesn't even, sounds like that would be the theme for like the senior page or something. A Change of Pace. Okay, Pulling It Off, that could be it. It could be like another page name. Nightmare on Moody Lane. Oh, because my high school was on Moody Lane. That would have been hilarious. I'm glad we didn't use that one. Do something outlandish. Pull up, then down. These doors to remain unlocked during all business hours. That would be hilarious. Warning. Geyserville may grow on you. Oh, that was sweet. I wish we'd used that one, but because Geyserville is a very small town in the middle of agricultural and wine country, and was even more rural back then. Bridging the distance. Oh, here's a very sexy one. At least it starts out that way. And I have a little star. I don't like an asterisk on these. Like maybe I was trying to highlight something. I don't know. His hand runs slowly at my thigh, feeling the coarse texture of my jeans, sending a shiver up my spine and releasing a tingly sensation across my body. I'm going to stop right there really fast and just say, isn't it cool that we women can wear jeans? Like, I think about that. For a long time, I just loved to wear skirts, and I still do, or dresses or any of that. But lately, in the last year or so, jeans are, it's like amazing that we have such diversity in clothing. You know, I think it's great that I have a lot of my male friends that think it's cool to wear dresses, and yet it's kind of sad that they don't, that there's a looking down on them, that they wear this dress like it's unusual, and so it's kind of a bold statement, political fashion statement for them. And for at one point, women weren't allowed to wear pants. I mean, in a little different than a man. I mean, man can wear it. It's kind of looked down upon, but it's like women weren't allowed to. So it was like a bold fashion political statement for a woman to wear pants. And I just want to celebrate that. I know. Sorry. His hand rests upon my inner thigh, leaning over me, gazing into my eyes. I look at him, at his beautiful brown eyes. I stroke his soft black hair, finding myself fall in love with each stroke, even more than before. I don't know who this guy is. I didn't have any boyfriends with brown eyes. I've typically had lots of boyfriends with blue eyes. Yeah, like almost all of them. Except for my husband, he had brown hair. Maybe the guy in Italy had, or brown eyes. Maybe the guy in Italy had, I think most everyone has had blue eyes. I like blue eyes. They seem so soft and kind and caring, you know. I feel beautiful. Not a self-beauty. It's the love between us. Oh, I guess this is still part of the story. The strong bond that holds us now and forever. The beauty that we both give each other. I think this was a guy I had a crush on, and I was writing, like, maybe this is what will happen. See? Telling those stories. Imaginations. The beauty that we both give each other that makes me know we are beautiful. He knows my thoughts, and as if in a reply, he says, beautiful, and kisses me softly on the forehead. As he pulls me back, I look into his eyes, and I am taken back into the depths of my memory of a time when we were much younger than now, when neither one of us knew of our fate or knew of our love for one another. My head lies itself down upon the pillow, and he lies by my side. Both of us are taken back in dreams to our youth. He walks up to me, an old friend with his big, boyish eyes and tall body. Who is this person? He looks down upon me and I smile. It's like I'm writing, like, you know, we're in our 20s or 30s and this is how it's going to be. Now he approaches my soulmate. This is when I believed in soulmates, but this is funny. He comes on rollerblades. What? So it's a guy that I probably knew in my teens, and I imagined we're older, and he comes toward me on rollerblades. The former has a pair slung over his... So there's two guys. There's like one friend and then another guy, and they're both on... Now, oh, I get it. He walks up to me, an old friend with his big boyish eyes and tall body. Oh, I know who these are. I'm not going to say. He looks down upon me and I smile. Now he approaches, this is another guy. Now he approaches my soulmate. He comes on rollerblades. The former has a pair slung over his shoulder. So the friend had, like, they were just slung over. This is like very story-wise. Like this is how things were going to be when I was in my 20s with all these people we were gonna be like, this didn't happen at all. Nothing. I don't even know if these guys ever owned rollerblades. I'm not gonna say who they are. Shoulder, and I carry one in each hand as well. What is this with rollerblades? We're all going rollerblades? Is this what I thought? Like, did I go to San Francisco and see these like young people like on a Sunday like rollerblading down the street and everything? I thought, oh, this is what people in their 20s do. They go rollerblading. The new companion, gestures for us to strap ours on, but the soulmate has them on, and follow him along the road to the group of roller skaters dancing on the cement rink. What is happening? We follow, and soon we are flying. Were we just in bed making out? We follow, and soon we are flying around while onlookers look on in amazement. I ignore it, and one fellow scarcely knows of the attention he draws. But why are we that cool? But the other one, the tall, oafish one, eats it up. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. The tall, oafish one. At one time, he turns tricks, jumping over obstacles. Wow. I had it all like imagined now. Spinning through the air, then dancing to the pounding music, and then picking up small children and swinging them around. Where are we? What is this place? Was this planned, or did we just show up and all this was happening? We're like, let's go. I know he does it partly to catch my eye, because I know deep inside of him a flame burns for me that I always want people to be. This is a relationship addict writing. Like, it feels good if people love me. He watches me, and I turn my back and concentrate on my skating. The poor guy, he's like, look at me. And I'm like, round and round and up and down. I'm quite too busy to be in love. What about the other guy? He and I shall never be. I know that now, as I knew it then. Oh my god, I'm crying. He seemed to love me and followed me around the moment we met. What? Then I broke his heart after we had gone as a couple to the senior prom. What? But he had lied to me, telling me that the guy I liked was with another while seeing me. Oh my god. And it was a lie. So I went with him to prom, but it upset me so to know. Wow! To know that he had lied, and then to know that he's not a faithful friend by leaving me after I hurt him. Okay. I broke his heart, and then he's like, we're done. We're not friends. But it looks like it all worked out. But this didn't even happen. I didn't go to the senior prom with this guy. I forgot that I was. I don't know. I'm so confused right now. Now we're back to being in bed. So, like, that was an interlude where we're, like, in bed together. And then I had this memory of maybe earlier that day we went rollerblading. And let's just talk about high school as well. He's in love with me. Oh my god. It actually is kind of interesting. It would make kind of an interesting start to a story. It's just funny because I know who I'm imagining all these people to be. Now I and my sleeping companion by my side are his worst enemies instead of the best friends we once were. Oh, okay, because he loves me. And earlier sometime we went roller skating and he was trying to get my attention, and then I ended up with this guy, my soulmate, on rollerblades. We are engaged to marry one another and never part again. Wow, I was wishful. I was like, I will never be alone. I will have my soulmate. I don't believe that anymore. I believe that there are a lot of soulmates in our life that come to us at different times to teach us certain things. Okay. I wished for his blessing and his friendship. It wasn't a good idea to bring romance into our tight friendship, but there's nothing to do about that now. Sometimes it can't be helped. He stirs and opens his eyes and stretches his body like a cat. What? Then he leans over and fiddles with the radio, pushing that button and turning that knob. Music mingles into my dreams, half awake and unconscious. The songs mean nothing to me until the DJ comes on and announces the song dedicated to two good friends from their buddy. It doesn't interest me until Fields of Gold begins to play. I sit straight up to our song, in bed, our song, the song we said signified forever friendship at the age of 11. Whew, wow. Okay, that was it. That was that story. It's interesting that it was based on some real people, but it went off in a whole nother way. And it was kind of an interesting story on its own. Like, I think it would make an interesting story about these people, and it did have a sweet ending that the friend forgave them. I want you back in my life. He's like the best man later on. Okay, this is the last one. This is a true story, and I'm trying to make sense of it. This is like a Me Too movement that I claimed as Me Too years later. I saw a guy masturbating on the bus once. I was coming home from junior high school. I wonder why he did it there and why he didn't just wait till he got home. Really? Doesn't he know the proper etiquette of for jacking off? The proper etiquette. Okay. That's one way to say it. You just don't do it on a school bus moving 45 miles per hour down the road with a poor, innocent, naive 14-year-old who had never even seen a penis, just to flash it out like that in broad daylight. I was shocked, terrified, had no clue what to do, but finally I shared my experience with others and I didn't feel so violated. I told my best friend and she in turn told her other best friend. I finally got enough courage to tell the principal. So yeah, I remember telling them it was quite frightening at my age to remember that. Or to see that. I was just on the bus and I was only me and him on the bus, and I was like a seat in front of him on the opposite side here, and then he was back here, and he goes, "Hey," and I turned around because I kind of knew him. He was kind of in my friend group, and he was kind of a loser. It was kind of sad. Like, he lived in this little tiny shack, and he never looked like he had a shower or clean clothes, and so he must have had a really miserable life. And parents weren't around, and who knows? I don't know the details. But doesn't make it right. That was basically a flash. That was sexual assault in a way. And right, the social etiquette of masturbating, that's putting it lightly. He knew what he was doing, and he thought he got turned on by it. I mean, I don't know what he expected me to do. Because, like I said, I'd never seen a penis. So yeah, it was definitely, I remember having to go to the principal, and I didn't even know what to say, that he had just pulled his pants down to here, and he had it, everything was seen. And she was like, I remember her words were, "Oh, we have a pervert on our hands." And I was like, okay, wow, that word was like an actual word that meant something, but I remember it was tossed around as like an insult, so it was really weird to hear. And my friend thought it was funny. I remember I left, and she's like, "Well, how'd it go?" And I go, "He's getting called to the principal's office." And he got called, and we were hiding down the hall, and we heard him come in and go, he goes, "What did I do now?" And we ran away and laughed. So I don't know. She was a weird one herself. She wasn't, well, I'm not really a friend anymore anyway. So I don't know if anything like that has happened to you. I'll make sure I put a trigger warning on this, because that is something to worry about. And I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you enjoyed this entry. Pretty funny, and then pretty gross. But I think I will title this, let's see which we title it. We'll title it one of the yearbook things. Maybe you could vote on what your favorite one would be if you were going to have a yearbook. I like these doors to remain unlocked during all business hours. Yeah. I don't know. That was fun. Maybe so anyways, have a good day. Hope you're doing well, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Patches of living stitched with a garment thread. My life's like a quilt that's been sewn together. I can't get away from love. If I went to the edge of the earth, follow me. I can't get away from love. If I go up to the heavens, you're there. If I make my bed in the depths, you're there. I can't get away from love. Baby, I was going barefoot in the summertime. Baby, I was falling asleep to the sound of rain. Baby, I was listening to the quiet of early evening. Baby, I was sipping coffee with a couple of friends. Baby, I was eating ribs at the rendezvous in Memphis. Baby, I was on my knees whispering promises. I can't get away from love. If I went to the edge of the earth, you'd follow me. I can't get away from love. If I go up to the heavens, you're there. If I make my bed in the depths, you're there. I can't get away